Hello, and this video is dedicated to a Scottish hero, a doctor called Stefan McAndrew, who is standing up for truth. And he's doing it in this way. He is not only a healer who obviously makes people well again, if he can do so, but he also donates blood. How much more of a hero can this guy be? Well, I'll tell you, he can be a hero in this way. He refuses to give way to political correctness to the extent of destroying truth. It's sort of appropriate, isn't it, that we should be asking what is truth just after Easter, isn't it? So Stefan McAndrew, this is the story. Stefan McAndrew was given a question when he went to donate blood, and he says here he believes the question is designed to placate the gender brigade. Oh, no. You don't believe this. I think that's probably the way the Telegraph put it. You know this. A male GP, I mean, just look at the fellow, just look at him, has been prevented from donating blood to the Scottish NHS after he refused to confirm whether or not he was pregnant. So they are doing without his blood because he wouldn't tick the box. Stefan McAndrew, who works in Prestwick, South Ayrshire, said he'd been turned away from a blood donation centre in nearby Ayr after he refused to answer a bonkers question about whether he was carrying a baby, or had done so recently. Now, look, there are mad doctors. In fact, there's one called Adrian Harrop, who says there's no difference between men and women, and has made some tweets on the internet about cis men and women. Do you know what? I'll put them up here. Just a minute, I'm going to find it. Yep, here we are. Can I opt into this identity, he says. I am overtly and unapologetically cisphobic. This is a doctor. This is somebody who you will trust to heal you. Not if you are a normal heterosexual, by the looks of things. And by normal, I mean somebody who is in the normal range of sexual preferences. Because most people still are heterosexual, whatever people like that try to tell you. It's interesting that he's a Labour supporter, isn't it? I'll tell you who else are Labour supporters. I was going to put this in later, but this is as good a time as any. These people here are Labour supporters, striking doctors. Now, I have heard many statistics that they're underpaid and others that they're overpaid. You can pick and choose your statistics, but I do not believe that these doctors are doing this sort of strike for better pay and conditions. It's because they want to bring down the government, and they're using a lie about pay to bolster their case. And back to this Harrop fellow, he's unapologetically cisphobic. There needs to be massive state-sponsored programme of re-education. That is, telling children in school that being heterosexual is wrong, I suppose. And I'm disappointed that the idea didn't gain more traction at the Labour conference. So here we have examples of some doctors who are not the sort of people I admire, and who are prepared to collude with a lie. And then we get a hero like this, Stefan McAndrew, who refuses to collude with a lie. Here, he hadn't donated blood since before the COVID epidemic, so he didn't realise that the NHS documents had been changed in the meantime. Well, when people are stuck at home, isolating because they've been told they can't come out because of COVID, then they have nothing better to do than rework perfectly good NHS forms about blood donation. And a nurse told him that he would be unable to go ahead with the donation after he declined to answer the question about whether he was due to give birth. Some trans activists, including that Harrop fellow I showed you before, insist it's possible for men to become pregnant as they believe transgender men, that is women who've had an operation or taken testosterone or something, who are biologically female, are literally men. No, they're not. Now, I want to talk about truth here, because this is the one thing that Dr. McAndrew is sticking to, and the one thing that one lesson we should take from him. And I am Granniopteryx, interrupting myself. I'm on YouTube, Rumble, BitChute and Minds, also on Twitter, Gab and Parler, where I let you know when I've uploaded a new video. Please like this video, please share it, please subscribe. On YouTube, check you're still subscribed. You can donate, of course, as well. All the links are in the description, but liking is the easiest and best way to help my channel. Okay, back to modern medicine and modern truth. Dr. McAndrew told the Herald, "I can't believe they would refuse a donation from a man based on the fact that I refused to say if I was pregnant." And then he says, "I can also understand those who suggested just tick the box. In other words, compelled speech, comply, put your conscience to rest, just go with the flow to enable a donation. However, it's the principle of the matter." And he's right. It is the principle. You don't go with the flow. And, you know, we're talking about, Posey Parker's talking about women being erased. And I saw a video in which someone went round asking women in Liverpool, what's a woman? And the women, they were, I'm sure, afraid to actually say. They were women and they were afraid to say it. Well, I don't know. It depends on who you are, that sort of thing. Women have become afraid of defining themselves. Now, is this an attack on women? Yes, but why? It's an attack on truth, really. Women are just the first casualties. Women are the soft target. And Dr. McAndrew is pushing back against that. And he's a hero. And more people should follow his example. And especially women. Because, as I say, we're the first. We are the ones who will get steamrolled first. But believe me, you people who aren't women, you're next. It's starting with women. It's not going to end there. All right. Well, till next time. Why not treat yourself or a favoured relative or friend to these magnificent examples of merch? The mugs and t-shirts come in the Granniopteryx design or Grambo with a firearm or the more deadly knitting needles. Go to www.granniopteryx.com and whatever platform you're watching this on, please click like, subscribe and share.